Okay, it's wood model for toys. It's not three, buddy.
All right, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, welcome back. We are here. Will Model for Toys, WM4T.TV. Who do we have here?
We have Spreading Encouragement, aka Michelle.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. How are you?
Come on, this is you.
Okay.
Don't worry about me. We're here to find out about you.
Okay.
So, Michelle, let's start from the beginning. Guys, I'm going to let you know right now, we just talked for 30 minutes and it's been amazing. And now we're going to get it on camera. So, Michelle, let's talk to me. Where you're from, where you're at. Talk to me.
Okay, I am born and raised in San Jose, California. I'm one of the family members of 10.
Whoa.
Yes. There is still 10 of us. Parents are now passed away, but it's a lot of us still here in Sacramento, California. I originally stay now in Elk Grove, been there for about 15 years.
How's that been from San Jose to Sacramento?
I know. It's at first I didn't like it, but now I love it because I grew into it. But where I really love to living at is so far Elk Grove, because everything's close, you know, everything is, everyone's friendly. Didn't start off to be that way now, you know, not at all for us color folks, black folks. It wasn't like that at first, but I let them know we're not going nowhere, you know. We own property and we own land here now, you know. But beautiful being here. Beautiful being in Elk Grove. But yeah, and I'm a mother and a wife, and I have 4 daughters.
Okay, yeah. So let's start from the beginning. Okay. So we have kids.
Yes.
What was that like? The first one.
Okay, the first one was scary, but yet I'm gonna say as this OCD deal came up on me, very protective, very you know, don't touch, wash your hands, put your gown on, and you know, in which I'm glad you mentioned that, because I'm gonna jump right into this. Why I have this opportunity. Thank you. Which is why I'm representing this shirt, which is postpartum. I went through postpartum depression into having my children. So what
is that for people who do not know?
Postpartum depression is a really dark, evil. If I can speak for someone, it can be a spirit that overtakes who you are, and it talks to you. It makes you feel what you're doing is wrong, but the urge is to do it. And if it's that child that's there with you, you'll do it. And some of us end up in prison because of it, you know. And some of us has been prosecuted, and some of us had died because in prison because of what we did to a child, and because there was not enough talk about it, you know. And then here I go through it, and what brought me out was my mom. She realized it one day when she came over that, you know, you're going through postpartum depression. Everything's got to be dark, you know, but you got to put on this happy face though, because life goes on, and you got that husband you got to take care of. And if you don't have that husband, it's just you and that baby. You know, if you never had a mama or a daddy, it's just you and that baby. No one knows what goes on behind closed doors with you and that baby. Having a daughter, and then having my twins. One of my twins ended up going through it, and it had me going to work and letting the nurses know, you know, first putting that face on, because I'm at work,
right?
And then I get that phone call, you know, from her, you know, why is she crying? You know, people are around me, so what's going on? Where's Honey at? That's my grandbaby's name. Where's Honey at? She's in the house. Where are you at? Outside. She's crying? Yes. How long? I don't know. If you don't go in the house and get that baby, the doctor said, I don't care what the doctor said, get that baby. Not realizing what she's going through at that moment, because it doesn't happen in my home, because I'm at work in the medical field. It doesn't happen in my home. I hear about it. I went through it. I hear about it, but it's not happening to her.
Right.
You know, you're being selfish. You know, now you got a baby. Now it's time to grow up. And then having her call me back telling me, why did I ever do this to her? Then going home, her telling me, the things that she did. Then it hit me the next day when I went to work. I gotta tell somebody. I gotta tell somebody. So told a couple of nurses. They pulled me in the room. And what's going on, Michelle? I said, my daughter wants to hurt my granddaughter. I said, she wants to hurt my granddaughter. And she said, they said, she needs help. She needs help. You need to be home with her, or you're not gonna have a daughter or a granddaughter. And I was like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm supposed to be there for them, but what do I do?
Right.
And they said, you gotta be home with her. You know, who am I gonna take home? And I'm one of two incomes, you know. It's me and another income that's needed. Make a long story short, I was home for about 2 months. Men do not understand this. I took care of that baby. She was in the bed with me and my husband. My daughter was a dark person. Found myself in a crazy house with my daughter. You know, the whole people yelling and you hearing the chamber shut. She wasn't that type of crazy, they realized then, but she was needing help, you know. And then after that, we found a behavioralist. The thing is, thank you, the doctor put her on medication. She had anxiety. She had anxiety really bad, you know. She had anxiety. She felt like God told me that God wanted me to have this baby. But how selfish she gonna give me a baby knowing I'm not ready for this baby? And I feel that he wants me to have this baby for someone else that can't have children. And I'm like, over my dead body, if I gotta raise her myself, I will. And it was so many challenges at that point to where she was detached. You know, the crib is in me and my husband's room. Bassinet. The baby's in the bed with us. You know, the baby's not supposed to be in the stomach, but this baby fell asleep in the stomach, and it was crying all night long. If she wanted to sleep on top of her head, not for her not to cry, that's how I was going to put her. So I had her in her stomach, and she had to be in a slant. But the whole time she's crying, as I'm venting to patients about it, as I'm seeing patients during the day, the ones I can trust and talk to and got a relationship with, they went through it. They opened about their history on it, and they would say she's crying a lot because she wants her mom. And so one day I said, Bray, you gotta take honey. She gave me a look like, what? And then, because I had to gradually let her watch her. You are this child's mom. And anyways, that was a dark day. And that you saying how many children and you having a daughter, that brought me to there. And but you know.
Did you know you were ready for kids?
Oh yeah. I was really young, taking care of elderly people, and I love people. I love people, and I grew up in a home with 10 of us. We didn't have much, but my parents from the South, and it was love there. It was love there, and they bought our clothes from the Goodwill and put them in the cleaners, and when the school started, we had a couple of new things to the side, besides that, but our wardrobe didn't come from new because there's 10 of us.
Right.
So we were great. It was more of love, and I've always, I'm thinking in my head, because having 10 siblings, to this day they feel like, like you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
Right.
I think it was because I saw a lot of richness, because my dad owned his own janitorial business, and I saw a lot of richness in him cleaning their homes or cleaning bars, and I said at the young life, I want this. I'm gonna have this. I like this, So I raised my girls up like that, and it's not an uppity way, because we don't have money,
right?
But it's more of, I hear this from my coworkers throughout the years. Michelle, we can tell that you're here because everything just lights up. I've always been that. How are you doing, sweetheart? To you, if you're my coworker, you're like, man, I'm doing okay. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. You're a beautiful black man. You're a beautiful black man. You're a beautiful black man. Smile. You're a beautiful black man, and you got a job.
Right.
That was my way to encourage a beautiful black man. You could be discouraged that way, but speaking of beautiful black men, what pops in my head right now? I'm gonna hit different points with you because I'm not able to talk.
This is your interview. You do what you do.
So I'm going to touch different parts of my life a little bit right now.
Do it. It's you.
I have daughters and I have young women that I've attract. I don't know why. My husband always say, you attract Michelle, you're a beautiful woman. You attract these girls because something about you, you show a lot of love. And I'm going to take that because, I don't take for granted that these beautiful black women that I meet as coworkers or who are there want to exchange numbers, because they can talk to me, like my daughters, they can talk to me, but I hear them saying, when they want to go date, they'll say, I'm tired. Like one of them would say, I'm tired of going out on a date with the black man mama, and that black man doesn't have a car. She's like, why even bother being online? Why are you online? And I agree with that to a degree. I said, it's knowing that you put yourself out there, you have to have the tools to get to know the women. And the flip side of that with the women, don't go out there expecting to find your husband. When I dated. It was fun dating. I don't care what you look like, who you were. I'm going out with this man, and he's taking me out, and I want to join my company with him. I want to get to know where he's from. I never looked at if I was to go out with you. I wasn't looking at you as my potential husband or I want to see him again. It was this moment.
Right.
I don't care if we had a plate of French fries. I'm not lying to you. It was the moment, and I would compliment you on something that you have that you may have not thought you had. But I'm gonna give you a compliment on that area because I want to uplift you. It's more than just. He didn't. Yes. I'm gonna agree. You need to have a car. You do. And
in Sacramento, yes.
Yes, absolutely. Especially when you date a beautiful black woman. Just have a car. That to me, that shows a man. My daddy didn't have much. He had his own janitorial business, and he was just kind. My mama was the type of if the money's in the bank or not, I'm gonna write me a check with some groceries. Daddy was the type like, oh, honey, why'd you do that? And he would take me with him to tell to the store manager, my wife wrote a check, I'll make good of it, please hold on to it. My daddy was a good person. They were good people. Right. But my daddy gave me an example of what a man's supposed to be. If you see a good woman, take care of her. Show her how much you want to be with her. And the men that young women tell me about, stop asking a beautiful black woman or woman, period. What do you have on? While she's in bed talking to you. Here you are at your house. She's in her house in her bed. Why does it matter what she have on? Just talk to her. Ask her how her day was. And don't talk about her child in a conversation. Especially if you guys are just dating. That is not yours. Bring that child into the picture by saying, I know you must be busy with you and being that you have a child, and I respect that. When you find time, let me know what your schedule is like so I can see you again. I dated gentlemen, and those who weren't gentlemen, I just didn't see them anymore.
How would you know though? How did you? Back then it was maybe a little easier to figure out the gentleman because the rules have pretty much changed now. Mm-hmm. The access to multiple women now is at the push of a button. Mm-hmm. So how do you stand out to make a man treat you how you're supposed to be treated?
How do I stand out? Be real. Be real.
But what is real?
What is real is let me see, a lot of young girls, yes, they have the Gucci, they have which is fine to have those things. And so to that man, they stand out to be expensive, and he has to try hard to, nowadays when it comes to men, you don't have to try. I don't think a woman has to stand out.
But for a man to have a car, for me to have a car, to have that, for that to be the golden ticket for me to be in your life, why can't you just accept me for what I have? I have no car. I have a bike.
Okay.
I have a bike.
You cannot take me out on a bike if it's raining and it has lightning outside. And my hair is you know what I'm saying?
But I don't go outside when it rains anyway.
In order for you to take a woman out, you need to have the tools, and that is a car to be able to take her out. I'm old-fashioned. Now, yes, it's 2000, but every woman is going to be in their 60s and 70s and 80s. Keep it in mind, I want to be treated this way. You know, I want to be treated this way, and they're not. It's not going to change. It's not going to change. And the way they want to be treated is, it's a must. You have a car. Yes, treat me like if I was the last person on this earth. There's no competition with another woman. It should be that man's noticing, because you have women around you. If that man is for you, he's going to notice that is who I need to be with. That she's authentic. She's real. Yes, it's a lot of us out there. It's a lot of them out there that are real and authentic. But he's going to know this is the one. He's going to know. I don't think a woman needs to try hard. I don't.
What do you say to you only get what you attract? So let's say you don't have the Gucci, you don't have any of that. Let's say you're just on the lower end of women. So you're going to get the lower end of men. What do you say to that?
Let me give you an example. One of my daughters is very harsh. Very...
What does harsh mean? For the people who don't know.
Okay. Hey, John, how are you? Yo. No, you don't say yo to me. I'm a lady. You don't talk to me that way. I don't know who you think you're talking to. You're not talking to these girls on the street. Come back when you know how to talk. So I tell her, I said, men don't like women that harsh. They like women that are soft and kind and sweet.
You're speaking my language.
To me, that's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? It's like, be kind and be sweet, and I'm going to be lashed for this. I'm going to be thrown. I'm going to be talked about. But I'm going to keep it real. It's all about keeping it real. Because if I think this, let me think this. I have my opinion. I'm not going to put you down for your opinion.
Right.
Don't put me down for my opinion. But like I told my daughter one day, my other daughter, she didn't like the fact that her man came home and he would turn the TV on and have a beer while I'm in the kitchen washing dishes and cleaning up. And I'm in the toilet. And as I'm cleaning the toilets up, he's outside on the phone talking to his boys with a beer in his hand. So I'm like, no, you need to come back in here and help me. If I'm cleaning up, you need to be cleaning up. So I told her, I said, Eugene never cleaned up the house. I said, Brenda, you gotta fight your battles. I said, Eugene never made a bed. I said, he'll try to make it for me, but if your man is taking care of that household, majority of that household, take care of what's in that household.
What does that mean? A man taking care of the household.
I've never, ever paid rent being with him. Never paid mortgage being with him.
They're going to kill you. Oh, they're going to kill you for this.
Why? Because Michelle started off cooking for him. He never been in my kitchen ever, putting a spoon out of the pot to his plate. Because I was raised this way.
Right.
As long as he made sure Michelle had to worry for other things, you ain't got to do nothing in the house. I wash your clothes, which I still do. I do everything for him. There's things he does for the house to keep the house running. So in saying that, I know who I am. I know how I treated men. I know why I got attracted by men. I've dated certain men for a reason, because I didn't want men spending the night in my house around my daughters. I knew they had to go home. So it's safe for me. So I have a history. I have a past. You know, what brings me to today. But in saying that, it has me looking and listening to my daughters with their dating. And I'm trying to be there for them, but also let them learn their lessons. But in hearing them, what is up with the men today? The men, they want to know what you're wearing, and they'll take you out, or they'll cook for you, but they'll talk to you in the way of, you got a thick, back, you know what I'm saying, and it's like, what happened to, how would you like to be taken out, how would you like to, go to let me give you a close city, San Francisco, how about you fly with me to, but they don't do that no more,
In 2019, the skin that men see is by far more than any other time period in life. So if at 14 you only see a certain type of woman, that's all you know. Women don't show that they're cooking. They don't show that they're doing these other things.
True that.
So if I am to show you my interests, it's only what you show me.
Yeah.
So what do you say to the men who say, hey, look, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, this is what I see.
Okay, I tell my daughters, I said, men want to approach you, but you guys come off, or some of you come off too strong. Even the younger ones that I've met through, working with, how are you presenting yourself to these men? Be real, be authentic, be yourself. You ain't gotta wear certain provocative clothing and poke your lips out and taking selfies so these men can like you. Be yourself, and doesn't matter what this man looks like. Go out with him. Quit being so picky and saying he gotta look this way, he gotta look that way. Just go out there with them to have fun, because you don't realize later on down the road, he could be that potential husband to take care of you the way my husband take care of me.
Is that settling?
No. It's getting to know who that person is, because you may come off to me as disrespectful at a point as we're talking, but I don't know how you were raised. I don't know how your daddy spoke to you. I don't know who your environment, how you were raised. So let me just give you an idea of who I am. I don't like the fact that you said that. There's a way I say it to you. I don't like the fact that was disrespectful to me, and I'm the type of person that if you're disrespectful to me, on to the next. Because I don't have to deal with the man just because I don't want to be single no more. Yes, I'm lonely. These are how women are feeling today. Yes, I'm lonely, and yes, I'm tired of putting myself on Instagram and Facebook trying to find a guy. And so what I tell them? Smile. I said, back in my day, if I saw a man that I would, like, for example, if you walked into a store and I thought you were handsome, this would be me. Hello. How are you? That's good. And I would turn around in my head. If he's interested, he's gonna look again. If I look and he look again, he's interested. There's a way you do it. He's gonna feel, okay, she put out that little stench that I'm attracted to, that she showed me she's interested. But a lot of women, don't even look a man's way. I notice it's so sad out there that I'm hearing. That I even told my daughters a week or two ago. I said, how about this summer if I get a couple of doctors and a couple of men that are higher up in their occupation, and some of that not too high, a variety of women and men, and have an outside backyard party. I have a huge backyard. Have an outside backyard party and mingling party. Mama, you sure you want them to know where you live at? I said, these are people that I have a occupation the way they're known. And even to the rapper, they're known to where I will feel safe. And I would have just a thought. I'm gonna pray on it, because it's that desperate and sad out there. It really is. Because I have a coworker who's on Instagram, and I think she's gorgeous. And I was like, you are just gorgeous for no reason. And she would say, too bad you're not a man, because there's a shortage, and because men, they want sex and not the mind. They don't want to get to know that woman. Come on, you guys. Once you guys get to know each other and live with each other, eventually you're going to get old with each other. So don't you want the mind? And I know men are for sex. Don't get me wrong. I know women want sex too, but men are the ones who think about sex more. And that's a given. That's going to come. Because once you have that woman's mind, she's willing to bend.
I can't get her if I don't have a car, though.
So now, get a car.
No, well,
this is adult playground.
No, well, look, if I meet you, and we're talking future, this could be potential husband. But off rip, I just don't have a car. I have a car a month.
Father God, these for me. Please send them back to me with the car.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Heck no. You're a grown man. If you are what God said, the provider of the household, you know, you're the head of the household, what are you doing with the bike? The whole point of you meeting somebody is to potentially be with them and grow old with them, have children with them, grow old with them, unless you're just a dating type. Now, if you're a dating type and that woman's a dating type and y'all just want to just kick it, that's one thing. But if you guys are ready for a relationship and you guys are dating, then, you know, let each other know, exchange, okay, religion, exchange what you guys don't like and do like, and then know that, okay, when I walk away from you, and at night I think about you, and then when, you know, I'm in the shower or wherever I'm at, I think about you, you know, that type of thing, and let that man, feed that man, men want to be fed mentally. You got to feed them. You have to feed them. You have to, yes, we women want to be noticed and want to be taken out and want to be, you know, treated like the queen. But in order for us to be feeling that way and get those things, we have to feed him. Because like I told my daughter who had a man who didn't like the fact that, you know, things change now, but didn't like the fact that he was out there on the phone and didn't help her clean up when I went off on him and he didn't like it. Well, I told her, I said, and the black woman gonna be mad at me.
They're gonna kill you.
Keep it real. I said, while you're breaking him down, I said, you don't know what he went through at work as a black man. You don't know what the white man did to him as far as breaking him down as a black man. I said, having it rough in the real world, period, as a black man. I said, and he comes home being broken by a black woman. I said, Brandy, do you know that there's a Rebecca with blonde hair and blue eye can care less that this beautiful black man with muscles have a freaking job? Long as when she get home, he's sitting up there. So, babe, what you watch on TV today? Stroking his back. Oh, you watch Maury Povich? Because long as he at home, I would work. That white woman saying. But the black woman, he didn't clean up when I was cleaning up. So what you doing out there? No. Depending on if he's doing something out there. Why are you with him? You know, don't tolerate. I'm for both sexes. You know, you have to build a black man or a man, period, ego. You have to. You have to. You have to make him feel like he's a king as he is. Unless he don't have a job and not taking care of the household, he's just a male living in your home. Because every male was born with a penis. It takes a man by his responsibility. You know, I know men.
If we take, so your father, he would be the ideal man for like.
Oh, 100%.
So if you take his position away, what other man did you see to inspire that, or could inspire those type of thoughts, other than your father?
My brother-in-law, Charles.
So, no, I mean as a youth. Like, who would you have seen being young? Because you had to witness your father as you're young, seeing all that. So, who would you have seen if your father was absent to be a man for you?
You mean as far as my siblings?
As far as you seeing a man, like, oh, this would be the ideal man, aside from your father.
I don't know. And when my dad passed away, I was just 21. So young, I was sheltered because we were raised in Church of God in Christ,
Gotcha.
which is a very sheltered living. And so we were pretty much, it was church and home and school, that type of thing. He let us play outside, but we were not allowed to spend night in anybody's house because he didn't want another man having control in his house with his daughter. So he didn't want us being at that house over there. And here it is, he sleep, and his daughter's in that man's house. So he never let us spend the night at that man's house. So we never spent the night at people's houses when we were young. So we were sheltered. He's the only man I know. He's the only man that worked. You know, that I know. I mean, I seen other men worked. Like my godfather worked, but I really didn't know a lot of what's going on in his house. But my dad was the man. It was God, you know, then the man, which my dad. He was that ideal example. So that's all I've known is what a man should be. I was single woman. My daughters are not my husband's daughters. It was by a male. You know, I got with the male, you know, who didn't support me being with him and who's on drugs. And I was a single parent for many years.
What was that like for you?
it was a routine. It was my life. It's funny you say that because ladies today say, oh, I'm having such a hard, day to day because I had to, breastfeed little Billy and take Sarah to her practice it's hard. I didn't get to sleep last night. I want to take a bath and I can't because I got to put her in the bath and it's like, you had your children. Take care of your children. I know each his own, but it's like I was a mother of 3 girls and I didn't complain one time. I went through postpartum depression for slightly a short moment. Then literally I had to fight because it was medication back then. So I had to fight to where I have no choice but to take care of my 3 children. And the help that I got was my mom. She was there. That's why I'm there for my daughters, because I have a daughter who has my granddaughter Honey, and I have another daughter who has my grandson Justin, and I have another daughter who's pregnant. And I'm an advocate for being there for your daughter when it comes to them. Period. Let alone having your grandchildren. But as far as answering your question, who was the man? It was my dad. It was just my dad.
So if we apply,
I'm sorry cutting you off. However, it's a trip. I took that from my dad. Some of my other sisters had men that some of my other sisters had men that they've dealt with crap from them. And to where I had to speak up because they hurt them. And one of them was my twin. And she's very kind and very, very sweet and very, I know. And I'm more like, no, you don't let no male, you know what I'm saying, treat you that way. He ain't paying nothing. I'm more, because of what I've been through with my children's dad. He put me through hell and back. So that history of dealing with him and doing me wrong and spending my rent on drugs and talking to the you remember I told you that my mom used to write a check for us and Daddy would go upstairs and tell the manager, if you hold on to it, I'll make good of it. Yeah. I was that way to the rental office about him taking my rent and spending in drugs, and I had to let them know to give me a couple of weeks to make my own paycheck and all. So it's a trip. So it's like history repeats itself to a degree. But I learned that I can do bad by myself. Why do I deal with having, no disrespect, a penis in my house that's no good for me, that's pulling me down, that's making me stress when I'm already have these 3 babies I'm stressing over trying to live, when I have to be by myself, and I was by myself, and I took care of myself, in many ways. I didn't need a man for a long time, and then realize one day, show who you fooling. You need a man.
As far as siblings, were you the oldest, youngest? Or?
So no, I was the youngest. So it was my twin, then it was me, and then it was Gail, and then I won't say all the names, but then it was and then it was brothers in between that. So yeah, it was 10 of us.
Wow. So so we apply women today. Let's pretend they don't have that father figure or a male role model to say, oh, this is what I may need in my life.
It's funny you said that because I told my daughter that just this morning, because she was like telling me, she's like, men suck. And so we were holding a conversation. What I ended up telling her this morning was, let me tell you, if you really pay attention to how beautiful a relationship is, because here this man is, born however he was born, with the father or without a father, don't know how to really be the man that I'm used to being around, which is my daddy. And I want a man to be like my dad. But I meet this man, didn't have a dad, and had a mom who struggled. And this man, but we're attracted to each other, but he's not the man that I'm used to seeing and being around, and I'm used to dating. So I'm not attracted to him because he doesn't have a lot, because his mom was the only provider when my daddy and my mama were together, so that's 2 incomes, so I'm able to have clothes, and I'm a female, so he doesn't have a nice car, and he doesn't, versus getting to know who he really is, and because he is who he is because of how we were raised. But it's a beautiful thing if you put aside all that phoniness and the, and the superficial stuff, and come together as one in relationship. Like, find something that you relate to, and that is We've had our struggles, you know, and I'm attracted to you because you listen to me, and you're not quick to ask me for sex, you know, and you come around me because you like to be around me, you know. When I'm used to having these guys come on me, you know, so and he's this way because he was raised by his mom, you know, but with no dad. But a lot of women don't want that type of man, you know. They want a man that has money, and he may have money because he had his mom and dad. You know, that was two incomes, and his mom and dad may have been doctors. That's why this man that you're dating is a doctor. You know, but you're not happy because he's superficial like you. You're superficial. But the guy that had that one no dad and maybe a thug, had a good mom and a good heart, really, really wanted to be with you. You look down on him because he didn't have what you had. Mm-hmm. You know, so the women and men need to put that to the side and look and hear his heart, hear her heart. Just talk, you know. Like you asked me in the beginning, tell me about you. Where are you from? Be interested. Don't think. Is he a potential boyfriend or potential marriage? Don't think. Will he call me next week? Don't think those things, you know. And men, what turn women off is coming on too strong in a way of what's too strong. Wanting to have sex the first night. And women, if you want to have sex the first night, you get what you get. You know, but I think sex could wait and just talk. Get one plate of french fries and pour some ketchup in the middle of them and just dip and just talk. And just listen to each other, you know, and watch how much you fall in love. And then later on you're going to be like, I not only did I fall in love, but it's almost going to be like once we have, you know, sex with each other, that intimacy. You know, that's going to be crazy.
But how about it's trash, but everything else is good?
Absolutely.
You'll still be with him?
Say it again.
If the sex is trash, you made it to the point, y'all share french fries and ketchup.
Uh-huh.
It's been 6 months, it's been a year, y'all finally get to have sex. Penis is small, can't do anything for you. Do you stay with him?
No. But
you've already invested 8 months.
No, because that's going to always be an issue with me. So you're telling me if I got as far as what with him? You
had all this building of the minds, and then finally you say, you know what, it's time for the intimate part.
No, I would be with him. I see what you're saying. I would be with him because what got me to fall in love with him was he got to my mind. He got to my mind. I think about him. You know, and that's where I'm at. Don't get me wrong. He's obviously attractive for me to be with him. You know, for me to be talking to him. You know, but that penis, no, because there's other way he can please me.
So you would stay with him?
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%.
They will kill you in this.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, think about it. Think how many women out there that have men with big... Sorry, talking so loud. Think how many women have men out there with big penises, you know, body parts. And he's sorry. Just sorry. Don't want to work. Just laid up. Eating the food up. Watching TV during the day. Running the bills up. Or he got it going on. Going to see Miss Susie over there and Rachel over there because this is where he's thinking at. You know what I'm saying? So, no. I want longevity. Mm. Now, unless I just want sex from you, yeah, of course. I mean, each his own. It's not like, oh, bigger the better. No, that's not necessarily true. It's not.
If he cannot satisfy you sexually at all.
I mean, that's a big part of it.
No.
That's a huge part of your relationship.
Sex is a big part of your relationship?
Yeah, because if you don't have sex, you're friends. And he could be a good friend of mine that I don't want to ever lose.
I'm so mad we got to this part of this, because I feel like
I have a lot to talk about.
I know we're gonna have to have a part 2 because I really want you to promote what you're promoting, mm-hmm. and we have like 5 minutes left. So
no, okay. So yeah. All me saying this was who I was, who I am, who I was, and what I think. For the most part, what brought me here today was me giving up who I am, who I was, to who I am now, letting God use me for other people. Mm-hmm. always been that way. I've always put myself to the side for other people. That's why I got into nursing. I've always put myself to the side for other people. I love people. I love taking care of them, no matter what it is. I want to help you, and when God showed me through spreading encouragement, before spreading encouragement, to encourage his people because they're hurting, and show me what to do, I didn't lose a cent. I didn't lose a cent. It blows my mind how he's working. I didn't lose a cent. First part of me was, how am I going to do this when now that I bought a house, my money is accounted for. We're homeowners now. And the fact that he told me, if you trust me and put your faith in me, that and let me use you. He knows who he can use. He's not going to use somebody that's going to bless. He's going to bless with financially, and then they take that money and buy a car with it. He knows I'm going to bless them with that, because I know they're going to use that for my word. And that's how he blessed me, through child support, and which was my kid's father. Last time they dealt with him, they were babies. So Michelle gets a check in the bank, and then it's still coming in, and then the money's coming in, and what I put in, God gives back, and to see that I'm touching different people's lives, it's priceless. It's priceless, and I don't want to stop. I want to keep giving these T-shirts, which are the Word of God. If you don't mind reading it for me. Our mind is a battlefield.
Our mind is about a battlefield. Marriage, children, work, postpartum, stress, anxiety, depression, social media, life. We cannot fight this battle alone. Philippians 4:6.
Yep. And the other shirts and biblical sayings and scriptures, and I just want to keep giving, and I'm going to keep giving. So whoever wants one, let me know. I want to give, because as God told me through my visit with Good Day Sacramento, as I'm on that stage, he spoke to me out my mouth and said, these shirts are anointed. And everyone who wore it gave me a story behind it. And it's not me. The glory belongs to God. The glory belongs to God.
We 1,000% have to have a part 2.
Yes,
so we're going to set that up after this. Where could they reach you? How could they get in touch if they want to get you on their platforms?
At Spreading Encouragement. And you can just look at my page and look what the shirts that I make or have made. And if you want to donate, go ahead and donate. And that's a GoFundMe. All I'm doing is making more shirts. I benefit from God. I don't want anything from man. It's not enough.
Right. Hey. One more time, say your name so they know who to address in this interview.
Michelle, and you can reach me at Spreading Encouragement. Thank you.
All right. Will Mile for Toys, WM4T.TV. We are signing off. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, it's Wood Model for Toys. It's not 3, buddy.